Hey all, like I promised, I was gonna start making a video blog of my journey. Sorry it's taking me so long, but we had some complications on my road to recovery. But I'm home on my couch where I'll pretty much be living for the next 6 weeks. So I have Cushing's disease. There's a difference between Cushing syndrome and Cushing's disease. Cushing syndrome is when you just have the symptoms, but you don't have the tumor. I had the tumor, so I have Cushing's disease. It can be in your adrenal gland or it can be in your pituitary gland. I had it in my pituitary gland. This all started, I want to say, like a month, no, not even, a couple weeks before Mom passed. I had been telling my doctors, like, I'm gaining way too much weight so fast. I had started going to the gym. Like, I was doing an excessive dieting to try to help with my different symptoms. Sorry about the waviness and everything. I'll get better at this, I swear. So my doctor, my primary care doctor, Dr. Nelson, said I was on a Zoom meeting with him because this is, this is COVID time. That's how we go to the doctor, kind of, sort of now. He said I'd like to test you for Cushing's. So that first test was a 24-hour pee test, which I pee a lot as it is. So that test was kind of crazy, having to carry around like a pee jug for 24 hours. So then after that test, my levels came up all whacked up. He referred me to an endocrinologist. Sorry, I'm having a really hard time breathing and everything after surgery and saying stuff. An endocrinologist, I think that's how you say it. I call him the endo doctor for short. So he sent me to him, which he then gave me, sorry, I'm trying to piece all my stuff and my timeline together. He then gave me a 24-hour saliva test. That was the week that my mom passed away. So that's, my mom passed away on November 20th. So that Monday, I had started this saliva test. It was a 2-day saliva test. Then I had to go in that next day and do my blood drawn. And then Mom had passed, so I kind of got like, this whole time I wasn't really researching anything about this disease or anything because I was dealing with losing my mom, and going through chemo with Mom. So after I had all that, I was supposed to take another test, but we were supposed to go to Tennessee, and with Mom passing, we didn't go to Tennessee. So then it came to the MRI. I'm very claustrophobic. I don't, which is weird, I know, because I love to go to concerts, but with certain things, I'm very claustrophobic. So they tried to do one MRI, and the machine was too small, and I couldn't do it. So then 2 days later, they sent me to a different one. It was wonderful. They put a towel over my eyes. They gave me a lavender patch. The MRI machine was much bigger. It was perfect. So after the MRI had come up, it had shown that I had a brain tumor in my pituitary, so like right in here, the size about a kidney bean. So, I mean, that's big, but not big if you're thinking about your brain. You know, kidney beans are like what? Like that. I want to say he said it was like 6 or 7 millimeters big. But it's in a weird spot. So after he had said, hey, you know, you have a brain tumor, I need to send you to a specialist because I don't do these surgeries. I don't have a lot of answers for you. So he sent me to Freighter. When he sent me to Freighter, I met Dr. Z. Funny story about Dr. Z is I left my other doctor's office very upset. I know that my emotions were running high about losing my mom, finding out I have a brain tumor, just, you know, craziness. I'd been missing a lot of work because of pain and all that. Well, like, okay, well, we gotta find a different doctor. And I wanted answers right away. Like, when you when you're told, hey, you have a brain tumor, that's, I don't care where it is or anything, that's a scary thing. Even a tumor, anywhere, it doesn't matter. It's a scary thing. So we started, I told my mother-in-law. My mother-in-law's like, well, here, my disease is very rare and not a lot of people specialize in this. So she sent me like an online thing of different doctors. So I look at it, and one of the guys had a beard and nice eyes, and everybody knows how I like a good beard and nice eyes. And I said, I want that one because he's sexy. So after going through all the lists, Dr. Beard is what I like to call him, was the only one that my insurance covered, so it was kind of funny. The next morning, I'm sorry, even that night, so I want to say that was like a Monday. Yeah, it was like a Monday. Monday night I got home. I called right away, knowing it was closed. You know, this is 7, 8 o'clock at night. I left a message. I said, hey, call me in the morning. I knew I wasn't going to get a response. I called back first thing in the morning. And I said, I'd like to get in there. Said, oh, we're going to need a referral from your doctor. I said, well, my doctor said all right. So, waiting for referral. Well, the other doctor calls and goes, well, I made a referral for this Dr. Z guy. His name is Zygerman, sorry. But I call him Dr. Z or Dr. Beard or Dr. Gorgeous, whatever. So, about noon, I get a phone call back. Like, I'm already scheduled to see this guy, like, 2 days later. Like, it was fast. I go in. I'm very scared. Just, first of all, little backstory is Freighter Hospital is where my dad passed. Not a lot of people know that when I was 8 years old, I lost my dad to hepatitis C. So Freighter Hospital, I pretty much grew up in that hospital. Every day after school, I'd go there. Like, that was my thing. I knew the nurses. Like, they knew me. Like, we were there for 3 months. Like, dinner there every night. Like, we were there until visiting hours were over. I would do my homework, sit with my dad. And, like, it was rough for me. So I just have this fear about that hospital. Sorry about my crazy hair. So I go to see Dr. Z on, sorry, I'm trying to get all my days together. I saw him on a Wednesday morning, 8 o'clock, first appointment. I walk in there and he looks at my scans. He doesn't look at me, like, doesn't do a physical on me or anything. He says, okay, so you're having surgery. And I said, oh, okay, cool. Like, my disease, he could tell by looking at me, had progressed so much that, like, he didn't even need to do an exam on me. So he starts going through, you know, about what everything's gonna be. Basically tells me I'm gonna be off of work for 6 weeks, which I don't know if everybody knows that I only work part-time. So that's hard for me. I don't get like FMLA or a short-term disability or anything like that, and I wasn't prepared to be off of work for 6 weeks. It's a scary thing. We're making do. We've had the GoFundMe. We've had a lot of people send food. Just, you guys have been amazing, and I honestly am humbled by it. I'm not one to ask for help, so asking for help, sorry. Asking for help was really hard. But you guys have really helped. Thank you. Okay, so sorry. I'm all over the place. Okay, so wanted to see Dr. Z. He said, all right, we'll be in touch. Later that day, calls me and says, January 12th, you're having surgery. Said, oh, okay, like, this is fast. Like, this whole thing is very fast. A little backstory on this disease, too, is also it's very hard to get diagnosed. He thinks I've had it since I was like 19, 20. I'm 33. I'll tell you about my symptoms a little bit. I just want to finish the doctor part of it first. He then sends me to Dr. Fingling. He's like the #1 doctor in Wisconsin. Doctor does like a whole, because my last test before surgery, my levels were normal, but that's because my cortisol levels were normal, but because I had it so intensely that it wasn't even registering. So I go to see Dr. Fingling, sorry, I'm really bad with names, and starts asking to see pictures of me. And okay, so I've gained about 60 to 80 pounds within the last year. 80 to 60 of those pounds have been in the last 6 months. This isn't me. I'm a person that will choose a salad over a cheeseburger any day. Just not because it's what I prefer. I love chicken and salad. Like, that's my favorite food. I've posted some pictures like the day of my surgery. It's called a buffalo hump. It's in the back. It's like a hunchback, and all these things I just never knew like were part of my disease. All my weight's pretty much in my stomach or my face. Like, I have like 18 chins. I've gotten facial hair, pretty bad. It fucks with your hormones, obviously. I've been on antidepressants and stuff for years and years and years. But it's gotten worse. It has messed with my bones, so my bones are deteriorating. Simple like walking, it's very hard for me, very painful for me. Very, very painful. Going to the grocery store, just walking around, it will wipe me out for the day. What else? Going to the bathroom all the time. That's definitely a thing. Peeing. I'm constantly peeing. So those are kind of my main symptoms. So I had surgery on the 12th. The Tuesday, went in, we thought we got it all. My cortisol level started to drop. Before surgery, I was in like the 80s. That's not normal. That's like 3 times what you're supposed to have. After surgery, they wanted it under 10. Was for me to be able to go home. So they started to go down. It was looking good. It was looking good. Then I woke up, and when I was in the hospital, it was every 2 hours they were taking blood for me. I don't know if you can see my arms, but like I'm kind of banged up a little bit. They were taking, they were vampires. My level started to go back up, which doc said we need to have an MRI. I don't think all the tumor came out. Which in my head, I'm like, okay, let's hope not. MRI went back. He didn't get all the tumor. Like I said, it's in a difficult place, pituitary. Like, they also were going up through my nose, so I didn't have to have a cool hairdo or anything. This is just crazy me. So they went up through my nose for my surgery. I'm not very good on anesthesia at all. I'm a very polite person to a point. As you know me, I can be brutal if I need to. But I'm very humble, and I felt really bad. My first surgery, the lady, like, I kind of told her off because she wouldn't give me water. And I just wanted a glass of water. So I felt really bad, and I kept apologizing to everybody, and I was like, oh, I want to get this lady's name so I can write her an apology note. Second surgery was awful for me. Not only because I can't breathe out of my nose, obviously, after my surgery. So now I'm having to constantly breathe out of my mouth. I can't sneeze. Well, okay, so I can sneeze, but everybody knows that I'm already a loud sneezer. Well, now I have to do it with my mouth open. So I'm extra loud. I can't blow my nose, so it's like constantly, I have to do like a nasal rinse thing. I already have really bad allergies, so this is like, so when I was going back in for my second surgery, I knew it was going to be rough. I got really sick the first time from the anesthesia, so I asked them to give me nausea medicine and help me out with that. It was worse the second time. I was throwing up blood. Like, it was awful. I slept even longer. After both of my surgeries, I slept for like 24 hours straight, besides like getting up for me to use the bathroom or take a sip of water or them give me my meds or anything. I was out. Second time was worse. But they knew they got it all second time, because while I was in surgery, my levels my levels dropped to 2. My cortisol. So that was good. Yay. I'm in more pain this time though. Like, my headaches are really bad. Like, this light having on, like, that's as much light as I can have. Can't really go outside or have windows open or anything because it's just too bright for me. Loud noises really suck. So then came my new set of problems and why I didn't get to leave the hospital right away, and I was in there for almost a week. I'm having really hard time with like names of different stuff, so I'm kind of giving you the layman's terms because that way you can understand it too, because even when I give doctor's terms, I'm like, what the fuck? So basically one of the hormones that like is in there that they took out is for like telling your bladder like to go to the bathroom or whatever. Well, I'm constantly, a couple of nights ago, I would drink about this size of a water within 20 minutes. And that size of like a cranberry juice, and I couldn't get my thirst quenched. And then I'd have to go to the bathroom. And I was peeing so much that it was like clear white. So, like, and they couldn't get it figured out under control. So basically now I'm on this other pill that makes my brain and my levels to say, hey, stop peeing. But I'm also on hormones now too, because they took like my hormones, my pituitary hormones for me, so I have to take hormones. So I'm on like 10 different pills right now. I'm still researching everything, but also trying to recover at the same time. So, I'm finally home. Came home last night or afternoon. Feels great to be home. Slept in my own bed. Kyle and Adam made me a step stool so I can get in and out of our bed because we have a tall bed already, and you guys know I'm short. I'm 5'1". So, and I can't bend down. I can't lift anything more than 2 pounds. So I'm off of work for 6 weeks. So, write, call, send SOSs. I'll be around. I sleep a lot, but I'll get back to you when I can. Just don't think I'm ignoring you. I sleep a lot. But this is my journey so far. Long video, it's like 20 minutes. So if you made it through this whole thing, I appreciate it. I just wanted to keep you guys informed and all the love and support. Like, it's very overwhelming. And it's so much appreciated. And very, very, just, I can't thank people enough for all the love, the support. The GoFundMe, like, it's halfway there, to my goal. For, like I said, I'm not working, but like now I'm gonna have hospital bills and all that shit. So your support in this hard time is amazing, and like I just thank you. People sending food, thank you. Your love, your prayers, like that's just everybody. Thank you so much. I can't thank you guys enough. So here's my update right now. It was a long one. Just because I haven't been able to update you guys. But I will talk to y'all soon. I do have a doctor's appointment on Friday. They want blood. So I will talk to you guys all soon. Thank you.